Emily's like. So there you go.
My name's Manny Ortega. I'm an attorney here on Staten Island. Um, I don't, I specialize in criminal and family law. Do a lot of criminal defense and family law, visitation, custody proceeding, things like that. Some divorces, not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Been doing it now for probably almost 27 years. I graduated in '86 from New York Law School. I was born a long time ago. I was born actually in Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, in 1960, July 12th. I was born in Puerto Rico, but my family was from here, and then my mother wanted me born over there, so I think she just went there. She was Puerto Rican. My
Right.
father was from Ecuador, South America. He was a merchant marine, and then he came to New York. My mother was in New York. I guess they met here.
Right.
We got married. He have an older sister that was born in the Bronx,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was born in Puerto Rico. But I came, I think, 2 months. We were living in the Bronx, so
Right.
went to the Bronx and grew up in the Bronx from school up until 8th grade. Here, we moved to Staten Island. The language barrier.
Mm-hmm.
See, now you live in a time where everything is bilingual. Oh, there's a lot of things that are bilingual, from
Right.
DMV to voting
Mm-hmm.
to the schools. They actually teach it like English is a second language.
Right.
Back then, in the 40s, they learned English if they weren't in school. And in school, you didn't learn English. You learned hello and goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
You learned it from the television, and you learned it from the streets, really.
Right.
Like my mother, while she was college educated, her English wasn't, it was like, you were categorized as broken English because she
Right,
spoke
right.
Spanish. My father was a merchant marine, so he didn't really speak English. The ships, he was in the U.S. Merchant Marines in the Navy, but it was at a time where, when he joined, it was segregated. And then later on, he basically street English.
Mm-hmm.
Because my father probably never went to school. Really didn't speak a lot of Spanish until later in life.
Mm-hmm.
When I started working legal aid after I graduated law school, and I was having more Hispanic clients, so even though I spoke it and understood it, I didn't master it
Right.
until I was probably 25, 26, 27 years old.
And it's considered such an asset now to have.
Right, exactly.
Another
And it
language
wasn't
as a skill.
then.
Right.
Up until the
Right.
mid-'80s, it really wasn't.
Mm.
And that's only 20 years ago,
Yeah.
and 25 years ago, and so it's changed. And I never really thought of it, but yeah, I'm 52, so I've seen a lot of different cultural change. My father used to always say, "Look at my hands," because he was basically a seaman. He never was able to, because of the language barrier. He could never rise and get stripe or get rank or whatever. So he was always a seaman. He was a short guy, but built, and he was very small. So they nicknamed Monkey because he could go up the mast. Because back then it was men. They had to take rope
Mm-hmm.
and shimmy up. So
Right,
he used to
right.
always do that. So his hands were all made, and he had half a thumb or half a middle finger from a rope that got pulled and yanked his finger
Yeah.
off. So he used to always say, "This, I don't want you to have these kind of hands." So he stressed it. Well, I'm very proud to be Puerto Rican, very proud to be Hispanic. It's difficult to put it into words, but you get a sense of enrichment because of your culture. It's different in some ways. There's a lot of different cultures and different things that people do, especially for the holidays and
Right.
religious and different things like that. That it's your heritage, and you just feel proud.